People. Que pasa, sac, say what they do. Now, people, this one is called breaking news because it seemed like some correctional officer and some inmate, or one correctional officer and an inmate, basically kick off at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Facility. We are speaking about GP, aka GP. And people, it is said that these correctional officers were doing a routine check of the cells, and when them go in a particular cell with this inmate, he basically had a cell phone, and when the officer tried to retrieve the cell phone, all HELL broke loose because this man was intended that he is not going to give up his cell phone because he needs to be on YouTube, he needs to be on WhatsApp, he needs to FaceTime his people on the street, and people, he was stubborn and them basically kick off, and when they kick off, it seems like him draw for a shank, and people may talk about a shank. I am speaking about a PRISON issued. We are talking about some kitchen utensil. We are talking about a KNIFE. And according to the Popo report and also according to the PRISON official, it is said that both persons were taken to the place of recovery. We are talking about to the HOSPITAL. And none of them were speaking about the inmate, and we're also speaking about the Popo. None of them are suffering from any live THREATENING issues. So therefore they will be out. As a matter of fact, the inmate was already released from the place of recovery. Now, people, when we think about this, the audacity of that inmate, because the truth and the fact is that if you're in the big yard and you basically get BUSTED, the first thing we're supposed to do, alright, I saw it go, we kind of play the game. It is a cat and mouse game, and you lose some and you win some. However, this man thought that it was the right thing to do for basically defend him phone. And it seems like he was set in his way because he wanted to show and prove. Him want to show say him bad. Him want to show say him big, bad and bold. And him could make him other friends, and we are talking about the other inmates of the big yard. Him could make them see the officer basically expose him and punk him out. So therefore he had to show and tell. Now, people, when we think about how corrupt the system is, I am speaking about on the street, so I would assume that it is the same thing in the big yard. This man probably thought that he paid one of those security. We are speaking about the officers for bringing the phone, and now our next officer want to take away his phone. So maybe he felt violated. Maybe he thought, maybe he didn't understand, maybe he didn't realize, maybe he is ignorant to the fact that he is not supposed to have a phone. Maybe he never knows it is a contraband. Maybe he thought that it was legal because he probably saw other prisoners with the phone them. He probably saw other persons on social media. So him feel like he is in his rights. People, me no know, I am just assuming, because the fact that he basically want to FIGHT the officer for the phone, as he thought that he was being violated, that means that he must think something else other than the normal person. Point blank and period. And now, based on what the officials from the big yard is saying, he will also get a next charge. So people, he is getting a next charge on top of the charge that he initially went to the big yard for. So people, does it make any damn sense? So anyway, people, that is my view on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news, and people, we are speaking about something very bad. I am speaking about the little incident. I am speaking about the little ACCIDENT and the Discovery Bay main road we are talking about in a Orchard. We are speaking about off Queens Highway. We are speaking about an incident where it was said that at least 2 to 3 people already passed away. Now, people, this is confirmed. We are talking about 2 sisters and a next passenger. And based on the information, based on breaking information that is now out, it is said that the driver also passed away. So people, we are talking about 4 people because of one idiotic driver, because of one stubborn person that decided that it was a bright idea for basically overtake a line of traffic on the other side of the road and taking away 3 other persons with him. Now people, when we think about the whole situation of these drivers, I am speaking about the minibus man them, and we're also speaking about the taxi driver. We see that these these persons, we are speaking about the passenger, it is as if they put their lives in some reckless people's hand, and people, we already know what is the outcome because we see it over and over. But it seems like people don't learn. And people, like they always say, who can learn them I go feel. But people, it is just a bad thing when the feeling is taking away your life or losing your life. However, we saw that the person that was basically responsible for the whole thing, he also passed away. And people, it is not a good thing to see anybody losing their life. However, if 3 other people have to get slapped away, then he should also get slapped away. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. So the next thing that is popping in the news are entertainment. Now, people, you know that Jamaica is party central. You know that the people in Jamaica party 24/7. Every day is a party or two. So there are some companies out there, we are talking about some uptown companies that have come up with an intricate plan for basically finance party. We are talking about give loans for a party. We are talking about to buy the ticket them. We are talking about to book the hotel them. We are speaking about the top part of them in the grill. We are talking about the ATI and the Frenchman, Rete, Lele, Blue, Blah, Bling. So what they do, they basically finance you, they finance a ticket, them finance a hotel accommodation, them finance the clothes, them finance the shoes, the belt, everything, the whole 9 yards. Now, people, when we think about Jamaican and their mentality, we see that it is warped, and that is why a lot of persons basically put themselves in a trouble, and that is why a lot of people, we are talking about the man, them have to basically put them ASS over the counter. And that is why a lot of these women and people, I am just speaking in general, they are selling puss. And that is why a lot of these women, people, the truth and the fact is that they are nothing but some indirect, you talk about some people from the back road, if you get my point. So anyways, the point that I am trying to make is that it seems like people don't understand their priorities. It seems like Jamaican basically lose their mind because people are actually taking up these loans. And people, when we talk about these loans have a very high, we are talking about interest rate. We are talking about between 20 and 30%. Now, people, you know that if you are paying between 20 to 30% per any sort of loan, it is basically like getting a loan from the mob, point blank and period. However, a lot of these people and some of these persons are working person. But people, the truth and the fact is that it makes absolutely no sort of sense because it is not a very sound investment. So my point is this: if you can't afford for party, if you don't have the money, if you can't stand the expenses of party, stay at your yard, because what good is partying for a day and then you have to basically suffer the consequences for months and years. If you can't afford something, leave it alone. Don't put yourself in something that you cannot afford, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that the lawyer for former education minister, I am speaking about Ruel Reid. I am also speaking about his wife Karen and her brother, and also Professor Fitzpinnock of the CMU. I am speaking about the Caribbean Maritime University, and also Kim Brown Lawrence. We are speaking about a senator or a councillor. And this lawyer's name is Mr. Hugh Wildman, and he said that he will be renewing his application directly to the Supreme Court because on Tuesday, Justice Sykes, we are speaking about the person that was reviewing the application for a judicial review. Basically, the lawyer is claiming that his clients were arrested wrongfully. He is challenging the fact that the Financial Investigative Division had no right. They did not have the justification for basically arrest all of his clients. So therefore, he wanted the case to be squashed. So based on what this lawyer is claiming in his arguments to the court, he said that the Financial Investigative Division did not have the right to charge his client. It is out of their power, and the DPP should not have given them fiat for basically arrest his client. But based on what the court is saying, or based on what Justice Sykes is saying in his ruling, which he rejected their application, he said that that argument does not make any sense. It does not hold any sort of water. Therefore, he was talking stupidness because the Ruel Reid people and basically arrested his client. So therefore, all the charges and the case must move on in the court. So anyways, this lawyer I am speaking about, Hugh Wildman, he claimed that he is now going directly to the Supreme Court. Now, people, when they listen to this, we can see that some of these lawyers in Jamaica, they are a set of scammers, they are a set of thieves, because they are basically hustling these clients, because he knew that his argument did not hold any sort of weight. So people, the moral of the story is this. Sometimes we see some of these so-called top lawyers in Jamaica just running off their mouth and acting so confident, like they know that their client is going to beat this case, rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. Sometimes it is just a sham. Sometimes they are just bluffing. So the point that I am trying to make is that we saw that in excess of $56 million was stolen or allegedly stolen from the Ministry of Education and also the CMU. But it seems like these clients should have stolen an additional extra couple of $1 million just to pay this lawyer, because it seems like they are getting milk. And people like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.